What I will give this one over the original is that Michael Myers himself. See, in the original, that motherfucker was probably like 5'8", 145 pounds, soaking wet with a brick. I have a field day with him. Okay, there's no way I'm gonna be like, man, motherfucker, you can't do shit to me. But you look at Tyler Mane, Tyler Mane, one of the motherfuckers, he'd be like, yo, stand up. Matter of fact, sit down. My bad. Buy you a drink. You know what I'm saying? It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I ain't talking about Christmas, motherfucker. I'm talking about Halloween time. We're in the month of October. This is my favorite time of the year. Spooky season. Talking some of my favorite scary movies. Even reacting to scary movies that I have not seen before. So be on the lookout for those later. But yo, what better way to kick off spooky season than a Halloween versus Halloween face-off? So my boy Darnell hit me up like, yo, bro, what's the theme gonna be this year? And I'm like, yo, let's do remakes versus originals. He was like, all right, cool. Of course, fast forward some time later, I forgot all about it. He had to refresh my memory. So yo, here we go. Halloween 78 versus Halloween 2007. Now, I already know who the winner is in my book, just because one of them I've seen plenty of times, and the other one I've only seen in its entirety once, okay? But I'm gonna give it a fair shake and break it down and, okay, be like, well, who's the clear winner here, all right? And my man Darnell from Rejected Heroes Media, we're gonna get to his thoughts in a second as well, so I'm gonna get right down to it. Halloween 1978, classic John Carpenter joint. This was the beginning of the modern day slasher film. Now, I know some historians be like, well, Rashad, technically the first slasher film was, okay, I know all that shit, but Halloween is what really set off the trend, all right? So if it wasn't for Halloween, we wouldn't have Friday the 13th, we wouldn't have Nightmare on Elm Street, we wouldn't even have the Terrifier movies that we have today if not for Halloween. So with this movie, y'all, even though it's one of the first slashers, but yet it's one of the more tame slashers, but yet scariest slashers. Just because there's not really no blood in this movie, all right? But I guess with a small budget, there was so much they can do as far as the kills go. But what John Carpenter did was he utilized what he had as far as making you scared. So, of course, you're not going to look at Michael Myers and be like, oh, my God, look what Jesus did. Look what Jesus did. He ain't scary looking. But he just took something as simple as the shape and put it in an atmosphere, an environment, and set up situations where with you use music, you use backgrounds, you use sounds, you use camera angles. He used everything he could to scare you, and he did, because Halloween, even to this day, is a scary film. Michael Myers himself ain't scary, but the film itself is scary. That's how, John Carpenter is so bad, he can make a horror movie about a fucking paper bag, all right, just blowing in the wind and make that shit terrifying, okay? So yeah, Halloween 78, lightning in a bottle. You got the Scream Queen, you got Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis, and just the simplicity of this evil force, this evil entity encapsulated in this little boy out of nowhere just starts killing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? There's no rhyme or reason. It's just like all of a sudden he just becomes evil incarnate. And that's terrifying, because you can be just this normal person one day and then boom, just like that, there's a snap and you just go the fuck off. There's just something terrifying about that, right? So as you can tell in the passion in my voice, I really dig this movie. So I already did a full review of Halloween 78 and I forgot what the hell I said, but I'm pretty sure my thoughts will stay the same. Classic joint, one of the best horror movies ever made, one of the illest themes ever made, soundtrack. When you hear that theme, you automatically know what movie it is. So there you go, Halloween 78. Now, 2007 Halloween. This is the one that I've only seen once in its entirety. Now, I've seen it bits and pieces here and there. I own the movie. I would start watching it, then I would go off and do other things and then come back to it. So 2007 Halloween, not the biggest fan of, but I will say upon rewatching for the second time in its entirety, I gotta say, I was impressed in a lot of areas. This is definitely not the worst Halloween movie. This is nowhere near as bad as, say, Halloween 5. Well, it can't count Season of the Witch because that's not Michael Myers. It's better than Curse of Michael Myers. I never saw the second Rob Zombie Halloween movie. So yeah, Rob Zombie directed this joint. And you can just see his passion for the Halloween franchise. You can tell Rob Zombie is a big fan, and he put a lot of effort and a lot of passion into this. So that's what I respect about this movie, is that he actually cared about the characters and he cared about Halloween, by Michael Myers. And what's the actor's name? My man that plays Sabretooth. He's Michael Myers in this movie. Tyler Mane. Tyler Mane is probably the best Michael Myers out of everyone. So what I will give this one over the original is that Michael Myers himself. See, in the original, that motherfucker was probably like 5'8", 145 pounds, soaking wet with a brick. I'll have a field day with him, okay? There's no way I'm gonna be like, man, motherfucker, you can't do shit to me. But you look at Tyler Mane, Tyler Mane, one of the motherfuckers, he'd be like, yo, stand up. Matter of fact, sit down. My bad. Buy you a drink? You know what I'm saying? Just the most physically imposing. But with that being said, it is as menacing as Tyler Mane was as Michael Myers. And by the way, I love the mask too. The Michael Myers mask in this one is dope. But I just, the movie itself, not frightening at all, not scary at all. This is more of a character study of Michael Myers. And that's why I believe this movie really falls short, because it's about his origin, why he is the way he is. Like, no, you just missed the total. Okay, I know you're a fan, bro, but you just missed the total, like, what Michael Myers is about. You know what I'm saying? There's no rhyme or reason, like I said before. He's just evil incarnate. You can't explain evil. That's why it's terrifying, because you have no answers to this. In this movie, they give answers as to why Michael Myers is the way he is. One more thing I gotta add. I felt some type of way when Michael was trying to show Laurie the picture that he was her brother, because that was like the only thing that he ever loved, and she like stabbed him in the neck, and all she did was like scream for 25 minutes. I never wanted a final girl to die so bad. I wanted Michael Myers to just off her like in the worst way, and that's bad when I'm rooting for the antagonist to beat the final girl. Damn. He comes from a fucked up family. The movie starts with these trailer park trash motherfuckers, incest and abuse and all that stuff, man. And you see why, okay, well, Mike, yeah, I understand why he's fucked up now in the head. And it just took away the mystique of the shape, It just took away from, I'm saying, like, anyways, yeah. Because I can't even probably put the words together how I want to articulate it, but yeah. That's why I feel like they dropped the ball mostly. And also, this movie is way too long. This is 2 hours, and for a slasher movie, with the exception of Terrifier 2, you shouldn't be no longer than like an hour and 40 minutes, man. There was so much fat that could have been trimmed off this movie. It just drug on and on and on, where I got to the point where I'm like, I'm getting bored. Can something happen? Okay, Michael just killed a nigga. Okay, cool. That was cool. All right, now I'm back on my phone again on Facebook. Oh, people going to see the Joker early, huh? Even when I went to go see this the first time, I don't remember it, just because I took a date to go see this movie. It's probably too much information, but I don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I took a date to go see this movie, and about up to the second act, we were both interested, and next thing you know, we had our hands down each other's pants, man. So the main thing I remember about that movie is slopping the girl down, and and feeling on stuff and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff, good times. Before I get to my final thoughts, I'm gonna pass it off to Darnell. Darnell, what did you think about Halloween versus Halloween?
I got a Halloween drinking game for you guys. When you watch Halloween original 1978, I want you to take a shot every time Linda says totally.
Totally, 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 totally.
Remember, drink responsibly. What's going on, my YouTubers, subscribers, Halloween fans? I hope you guys are having a great October, because I'm back again with my big brother Rashad for some more Halloween Frigtacular, y'all. My 4th consecutive year doing this with you, Rashad. I love it. I love you. Thanks for letting me be on your channel again for some more Halloween fun. We covered all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies for the past 3 years, and now we're going to do something new this time. This time we're doing, remakes versus the original. Obviously, we know the originals are vastly superior. We're gonna talk about them anyway, because it's Halloween, baby. It's what we do. First movie we're talking about, of course, is the original Halloween versus the 2007 Rob Zombie Halloween. Yeah, night and day. Just watch both of them together, and like I said, do I think that the original still holds up versus the 2007? It does. Also, it's kind of like two different time periods, because I will say that while the original is like a real, like, kind of not so much a slow burn in the negative sense, but I will say it's kind of like a real, like, mystery, if anything. 2007's Halloween was, like, straight up, like, horror, like straight up horror, all that mystery element shit, throw that away. Just now it's about gore, blood, baby. Here's my thoughts on like what's the better Halloween between the two, the original or the remake. Of course, let's talk about it. First category is acting between the two of them. Who gets it? Easily the original gets it. Come on, the original Scream Queen herself, Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, you got to think back to the original 1978 when this shit first came out. Like when like horror like was really like the slasher genre. This movie kicked it off. Jamie Lee Curtis was just like, she was good in it, but it's kind of like when you like see the other Halloween movies, you realize like the genesis of it all. She really was like the really cool final girl. I liked her, even though I prefer Nancy more, but Laurie was good too. She was chick who was like, yeah, I'm fighting back. She like put Final Girl on the map. Like, oh yeah, coat hanger in your eye socket, Michael. Also, the late Donald Pleasant. No one is going to play Dr. Loomis better than Donald Pleasant. Rest his soul. He was the GOAT. That was him. I looked into his eyes and I saw nothing but pure evil. Nailed it. Okay, who's got the better plot? Okay, the plots are more or less the same. I'll say the execution in it all. I will say that, like I said, mystery-wise, it goes to the original, but I'll say, like, as far as, like, straight up, like, gore in your face, I'll give it to the 2007. Say the mystery why, because the original opens up with a point of view shot of just like, you know, okay, it's just somebody stabbing this girl up in the house and they realize like, oh, it's little Michael Myers. What the hell? Why did he do it? 2007 one was pretty much just like, you got the backstory of Michael. So it's like, okay, you know, his parents were shitheads, sister was shithead, everybody was shithead too. So you pretty much like, yeah, I'm gonna kill them all. So you kind of get on Michael's side. And I feel like that kind of goes against the whole mythology of Michael Myers and the Halloween, because you're not really supposed to know like why Michael snapped. Why did he do it? He did it because he was evil. But now the 2007 one was like, oh no, he did it because he's everybody was an asshole to him. So he just said, you know what? Fuck you back. Movie, okay, gore. Who gets gore? Definitely 2007. Sorry, original. The kills in the original, like I said, they were really like, you know, I feel like it was the music that pushed it. Like the scenes were intense. Like, oh shit, like man, he stabbed the hell out of that dude. God, I will say, like, as far as like Rob Zombie knows how to do like gore in your face. Like there are a lot of scenes, a lot of callbacks. I vividly remember, as far as gore wise, was in the 2007 when Michael Myers ran out of the school and that bully that was messing with him, and he took that tree branch, just fucked his world up. I can't say there was no more intense scene than that in the original. Last category, as far as lasting impact, because both movies are pretty, you know, old. They're both over 10 years old. I say that easily the original will always be like the Hail Mary. That's it. Because I will say that I think a lot of people don't even think about the Rob Zombie movies anymore too much, because we've had so many other Halloween movies, Halloween timelines and shit, that it's just like, it really all just harkens back to the original. It's like all these other movies and remakes, they springboard off the original. We have like 4 movies called Halloween. Can't keep up. Which one's better? The original. And that's my thoughts on Halloween 2007 versus Halloween 78. I definitely think both movies are enjoyable in their own right, but who we can? This is the king. You can't beat the king. Thank you again, Rashad, for letting me be on your channel. Can't wait to do another segment of, you know, our theme, originals versus remakes. Who's gonna be better? So see you next, guys, for the next video on that. Thank you again, Rashad. Back to you, and as always, subscribe. Until next time.
All right, so there you have it. That's Darnell's pick, and my pick is Halloween 78. This was easy. This was a landslide. This was Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks. All right, not even close. But there are some people out there that really dig Halloween 2007 that will defend that movie. And yo, it's all subjective. But you know, yeah, I think most horror fans cannot deny that 1978 one. You cannot top. Like John Carpenter was just in his zone. He was on his Michael Jordan shit. You know what I mean? And Rob Zombie was a fan that made the best film that he could, but some things you just have to leave alone, man. That's it, and that's all. So, yo, Darnell, thank you for joining me in this one, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, the next verses. And yo, I forgot. Hold on, I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and also subscribe to Darnell's channel as well. He talks about movies like myself, and I know he's gonna be covering a lot of horror movies on his channel. So go check him out as well. And that's it. We out.